Okay, this is going to be another quick one, but a useful one. We're going to learn about the U case and the L case. Um, so these methods will change a string to all upper or all lowercase. And here's how it works. So I type test dot, I get all my string functions, and I'm going to find toUpperCase or toLowerCase. Let's go, we'll go upper, sure. So if I go test.toUpperCase, I can just kind of see what that's going to give me by putting a system.out.println in front. And if I run this, then I get, all caps, the fury of all caps has come and hit me. So why is this useful at all? Well, the reason that this is very useful is because oftentimes we will have to take input from a user and compare it to a correct answer. So just for the sake of argument here, let's just pretend we're doing some sort of trivia question, and the answer to the trivia question is, so I don't know, Wayne Gretzky. Well, if the user types in Wayne Gretzky, if they typed it in like that, that'd be great. But what if they type in all uppercase? So in that case, what we could do is say, okay, well, we can't depend on people to just do the right thing in terms of grammar and structure. So we can say if test dot to uppercase, and then we're going to do a double, so we're going to do another dot, matches, and then we're going to put in all upper caps, Wayne Gretzky, like so. And if that's the case, then they would get the trivia question right. Sorry, that should be out. Okay, so if you missed that, what we're doing is we're taking a string, and I mean the string, and it could be taken from a scanner. In our case, we cheated and we just put a string in, and it's normal English. But what we do is we take whatever input the user gives us, we convert it to uppercase immediately, and then we see if it matches, and we can type in exactly what we want. So no matter what the user types in, if they type in Wayne Gretzky like that, if they type in Wayne Gretzky like that, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to get right, because what's going to happen is these characters will all be converted to uppercase. So that's right. If I do something weird like put a capital on the A, that's still going to be right. Okay. Now if I do this, that's going to be wrong. Or I won't see the right anyway. I didn't put a wrong. But toUpperCase is a very good way for us to make sure that the user doesn't mess us up. Similarly, toLowerCase, I mean, I'm sure that you've probably figured out what toLowerCase does, but if I could also go to lowercase, but then I would just have to make sure that when I check, I'm checking it against the answer all in lowercase. And if that is the case, even though I have that capital A now, I should see the right at the end of it. Sure enough, I do. That part that I said, what if they do this? What if somebody actually answers and puts in way too many spaces, even if they get that right? That's going to be wrong. And so one other thing I'll show you while I'm here is I could also use what we call the trim function. So if I don't care about the spaces, then I could say, okay, well, does it match Wayne Gretzky, and take out the space. Now you may say, well, that's still not going to work because the user has put in all these spaces. So if I run this, I'm going to get, no, that doesn't match. Okay, well, there's this thing called a trim. So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, I'm going to take the test, and now we're doing multiple functions or methods here on strings at once. So you got to follow me here. We take the test, Wayne Gretzky, written like that. We convert it to lowercase. Now it's already in lowercase, so we'll just make sure that's, there we go. So we're converted to lowercase, and now I'm going to put dot trim. And you see trim is there, and it returns a string whose value is a string with any leading and trailing white space removed. Okay, so I put trim like that. And actually, I kind of lied to you. It's leading and ending white space, not the middle. So I'd have to do this. So all that leading white space there and all that ending white space there, even though the user has put it in, the trim function will take that away, and then we're just comparing it to Wayne Gretzky like so. So if I run this, even though you can see that is not exactly that, these two functions here are going to make it so, and yep, it worked. Okay, now if I put a space in the middle like this, I don't think that's going to work. Sure enough, it doesn't. So it only takes out the leading and ending white space. So if I wanted Wayne Gretzky to be like that, then I would have to put it in there and make sure that the user types it in. There would be other ways to kind of ignore the space if you were doing some sort of trivia game, kind of like Sporkle does. I don't actually have to type in the spaces for Sporkle or the apostrophes. There are always ways to do that. But the trim function is handy in terms of taking out leading white space, ending white space, and the lower and upper cases are handy because, as I said, people can't be depended on to put in proper grammar, proper structure, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a 2-for-1. There's lowercase, uppercase, and also trim. Hope you